The movie starts with a cocktail party, with many investors present. This girl's name is Lin Shi. She was assisting her boss by translating, and the negotiations seemed to be going well. Meanwhile, Xiao Yi Cheng, the chief technology officer of Yuya Tianxia Company, was worried because he couldn't find a translator. Lin Shi had a reputation for quickly and accurately translating what both sides wanted to express, and her boss was delighted with her work. At that moment, she received a call from Mr. Zhang, and she quickly prepared to meet him with her assistant. On the way there, she realized she was about to meet an old acquaintance. Yi Cheng never imagined that he would meet Lin Shi again in a work setting after 8 years. When they finally saw each other, Lin Shi was surprised, but she quickly regained her composure, extending her hand to shake Yi Cheng's. However, he did not reach out. Tomorrow was Yi Cheng's product launch, and he couldn't afford any mistakes. He asked Lin Shi about some information that wasn't included in the provided materials, and surprisingly, she was already prepared with the answers. Impressed, Yi Cheng offered his hand this time. Lin Shi responded, saying, "Nice to meet you. I look forward to working with you." But he remarked that she resembled an old friend from his past. This made Lin Shi so nervous that she started hiccuping. Yi Cheng handed her a glass of water, and after drinking it, she gradually calmed down. In fact, they had been in a relationship years ago, which is why Lin Shi felt so anxious upon seeing him again. Later, she went to her workspace and unexpectedly ran into Sha, who was also surprised. Soon, the product launch began, and everyone was ready. Yi Cheng took the stage to give his speech while Lin Shi and Sha worked on the translations below, alternating and taking breaks in between. When it was Lin Zai's turn, she synced perfectly with Yi Cheng's speech, thanks to her thorough preparation, making her translation highly efficient. Next came the Q&A session with the press, and Lin Zai's quick thinking shone through. Then, one reporter challenged whether Yi Cheng's machine could compete with human translation. He looked at Lin Shi, and she confidently accepted the challenge, proving her skills matched the machine's. The audience applauded, and Yi Cheng then deliberately quoted ancient poetry, a challenging test for any translator. Lin Shi closed her eyes, mentally reading through the English vocabulary, then smoothly translated it aloud. This time, she truly outshone the machine, with Yi Cheng leading the applause. Afterward, Sha even acknowledged Lin Zai's talent, and Lin Shi gave her some honest advice. The product launch was a success, largely thanks to her. Otherwise, the company's reputation might have been ruined. That evening, everyone attended a celebration dinner. When she saw Yi Cheng, she started hiccuping again and rushed to the restroom to compose herself. He intercepted her, mentioning how it had been 8 years and that Lin Shi had finally achieved her dreams. He even mocked her for not changing her personality. When it came time to toast, Sha mentioned that Lin Shi couldn't drink because she had taken stomach medicine. However, Lin Shi insisted that it was just vitamins. But Yi Cheng noticed everything. He even ordered a pot of herbal tea and instructed the waiter not to add chili to the fish while pretending to make a phone call. Though he didn't say anything, he still cared about Lin Shi. One colleague gossiped about whether Yi Cheng had a girlfriend, to which he responded that he had once had one, leaving Lin Shi feeling awkward. At that moment, the waiter brought out the fish and mentioned that someone had requested no chili. Lin Shi knew Yi Cheng had ordered it for her, but neither said anything. At that moment, Yi Cheng's son called, purposely putting the call on speaker, saying he was at a meeting with Mom. Seeing Lin Zai's disappointed expression, Wei Tian tried to comfort her by offering her food, but she didn't eat any. After a while, Yi Cheng and Tong Xin left. Outside, Tong Xin asked him why he let others believe Peter was his son when he was just his godson. On the other hand, Wei Tian asked Lin Shi about her past with Yi Cheng. He knew they had been in love years ago and was curious why she initiated the breakup despite their strong feelings. Lin Shi made some sarcastic remarks, and just then, Yi Cheng emerged from the restaurant. Wei Tian offered to take Lin Shi home, but she declined and asked him to take Sha at home. It turned out that Sha was Wei Tian's cousin, but they hadn't seen each other since they were 12 years old. Noticing a scar on Wei Tian, Sha asked about it, and he explained it was from rescuing someone. Sha was disappointed that he didn't remember her. At home, Yi Cheng reflected on his encounter with Lin Shi earlier that day. Tong Xin noticed him drinking alone and asked him why they broke up. He recounted their past, explaining that they were about to graduate from university when Lin Shi suddenly broke up with him. She insisted on studying abroad, But since Yi Cheng didn't get into the same school, she coldly abandoned him. Later that night, unable to sleep, Lin Shi thought about how she first met Yi Cheng. Back then, she had tried to sell him some face masks, and Yi Cheng, captivated by her, bought all of them on the spot. It was love at first sight for him. And that's how their relationship began. The next day, while Yi Cheng was listening to his translation machine, his assistant, Mao Mao, called to inform him of some alarming news. A rival company had just launched a more efficient translation product, which shocked Yi Cheng. Investors now demand a reasonable explanation for why the rival's product seemed faster. As mentioned at their launch event, Yi Cheng recalled a recent incident where a traveler struggled to communicate with a hotel manager because their translation machine wasn't working. He stepped in and helped with his own machine, earning the manager's gratitude. The machine the traveler had used was from a rival company. In response to the investors, Yi Cheng confidently explained that speed didn't necessarily equate to quality and promised their upcoming 2.0 version would bring significant improvements. After the call, Tong Xin expressed concern that he might be overpromising, but he remained confident. Soon after, a reporter interviewed Yi Cheng and deliberately brought up the video of Lin Shi competing against the machine at the event. He handled the tricky questions gracefully. During the interview, they even set up a live call with Lin Shi. When Lin Shi realized the call was part of a live broadcast and Yi Cheng was present, she gave her professional opinion, stating that there is a significant gap between machine and human translation. However, he provided evidence to support the machine's potential to surpass human translators. Meanwhile, Lin Zai's father asked her opinion about celebrating her grandfather, Professor Gao's 80th birthday. Lin Shi seemed indifferent, believing that her grandfather had never treated her father kindly, so she didn't see the need to care. When Lin Shi returned to her office, she discovered her team was in trouble and had been hit with 3 complaints. A colleague had shifted the blame to her, and Lin Shi, taking responsibility, promised to resolve the issue by the afternoon. She then headed to Xiao Yi Cheng's company to determine why they received the complaints. The only way to resolve the situation was for him to retract the complaints. At that moment, Yi Cheng was in a meeting with his team. Mao Mao brought Lin Shi into the room, where he was discussing the differences between machine translation and human translation. As he turned around, he spotted Lin Shi. Lin Shi, maintaining a polite demeanor, pleaded with Xiao Yi Cheng to withdraw the complaints. However, he was firm and told her he was too busy to handle it. Yi Cheng returned to his meeting but later asked his assistant to bring Lin Shi in. He started asking her some technical questions about translation, to which she provided insightful answers, explaining that while machine translation relies on data, it lacks the human touch. Her remarks seemed to resonate with Yi Cheng, and the two shared a brief moment of connection as if they were transported back to the old days. Just then, Lin Shi received a call from Wei Tian, urging her to return to her office. She prepared to leave, but Yi Cheng threatened to keep the complaints in place unless she stayed. Left with no choice, she followed Yi Cheng, who surprisingly took her to his university. He pretended that he needed to pick something up from a professor, leaving Lin Shi alone to reminisce about their college days. Back at Lin Zai's office, a meeting was underway, but Lin Shi was still absent because of Yi Cheng. Some of her colleagues took the opportunity to badmouth her, trying to sow discord. Meanwhile, Yi Cheng deliberately chose an eatery that they used to visit frequently during their college years. The place was full of memories, and Lin Shi even spotted a photo of them together on the wall. When they sat down to order, Lin Shi chose the same dishes they used to enjoy, but Yi Cheng remarked that the taste had changed, hinting at how their relationship had also changed. Lin Shi, growing frustrated, asked him what he wanted. He wanted her to admit that modern technology could replace human translators. Still, Lin Shi remained firm, asserting that the human element couldn't be replicated no matter how advanced technology became. She realized he was using this opportunity to exact revenge on her for their past. She coldly stated that she didn't regret their breakup. She took their old photo off the wall and threw it into the trash. Yi Cheng was stunned by her decisiveness. That day, Lin Shi received her acceptance letter to study abroad, meaning she and Yi Cheng must part ways. She had confided in her grandfather, hoping to turn down the offer, but her grandfather insisted that it was her mother's dream. Lin Shi sacrificed her relationship for her career because of respect for her family's wishes. She had not told Yi Cheng the truth then because she didn't want him to give up his opportunities abroad for her sake. Wei Tian was the only one who knew the whole story and encouraged Lin Shi to explain it to Yi Cheng. However, She felt it was too late and had no desire to reopen old wounds. That evening, Wei Tian called Yi Cheng, hoping he would retract the complaints. However, he was still angry about the afternoon's events and refused. When Yi Cheng decided to retract his complaint, he discovered it could no longer be withdrawn. Seeing that he still liked Lin Shi, Tong Xin advised him to pursue her openly instead of hiding his feelings. Meanwhile, someone deliberately posted online, calling their translation device garbage. Yi Cheng saw the news and was furious. At the company, Lin Shi noticed her colleagues discussing the same news, although she no longer had any relationship with Yi Cheng. Seeing him mocked like this still made her uneasy. General Manager Zhang handed over Yi Cheng's company's project to Lin Shi. Though she felt she wasn't ready to handle such a task, she had no choice but to accept. Soon, Yi Cheng tracked down the person behind the online criticism, who admitted that the translation device had shortcomings. Yi Cheng offered him a contract, which surprised the man. Yi Cheng expressed his desire to discover more issues with the device through various methods. Yi Cheng even left the salary section of the contract blank for Cheng Yao to fill in himself. Cheng Yao was tempted but had one condition. A statement on the machine that said, "Machines can never fully replace humans." Smiling, he skated away on his skateboard. Lin Shi eventually found Cheng Yao and pointed out a flaw in one of his videos. She told him she had tried adding him on WeChat many times, but he never accepted. Lin Shi explained that it was only a matter of time before intelligent machines replaced humans, and she hoped Cheng Yao would become a shining translator at her company. Cheng Yao was intrigued by how Lin Shi managed to track him down, and she revealed that she found him by following his skateboarding location from his profile picture. Cheng Yao then set a challenge. If Lin Shi could skateboard for more than 50 meters, he would join her company. To his surprise, she could skateboard, so he agreed to join. Wei Tian, attempting to mend Yi Cheng and Lin Zai's relationship, invited them both to meet. Initially, Yi Cheng was hesitant, but Wei Tian played the mediator, hoping they could reconcile. Yi Cheng shared his thoughts and stated that he had not been trying to get revenge for what happened in the past but was being honest. He stood up and told Lin Shi that not everyone lives in their little world like she does. Both hold on to their dissatisfaction. Since Wei Tian was the only one who hadn't drunk alcohol, he offered to drive them both home. Wei Tian dropped Yi Cheng off first, and they encountered Yi Cheng's godson at his apartment. Lin Shi mistakenly thought he was married. On the way home, Lin Shi stayed silent, believing he had completely forgotten about her after going abroad. To help Yi Cheng confront his true feelings, Tong Xin secretly arranged for Yi Cheng and Lin Shi to go on a business trip together. Yi Cheng was working overtime at the company in the morning when a classmate invited him to a reunion. Just as he was about to ask Lin Shi if she was going, Tong Xin hurriedly informed him that their biggest shareholder had suddenly announced plans to withdraw their investment. He rushed to meet the shareholder to find out what had happened, as such a significant withdrawal would be a massive blow to the company, but Danny didn't want to talk. Yi Cheng had learned that Danny had withdrawn because he had lost money in Macau. Xiao Yi Cheng's company could only survive 2 months without new investments. Wei Tian quickly informed Lin Shi of the situation. Although she outwardly acted indifferent, she was secretly worried, still caring for Yi Cheng deep down. He wandered the streets, looking at advertisements for his company's products, unsure how long he could hold on. He walked to a student center, saw students promoting AI, and impulsively invested 1.800 yuan in them. Afterward, he visited a noodle shop they used to frequent, where Lin Shi deliberately posted on social media that she would attend the class reunion. Cheng Yao had expected Lin Shi to meet him about work, but her assistant came instead, leaving him a little disappointed. He then received a call from his great-aunt asking him to visit. Lin Shi had been living at her house, and just as Cheng Yao was about to leave, he saw a familiar pair of high heels. Upon asking, he discovered they belonged to Lin Shi, so he decided to move in, hoping it would give him more opportunities to meet her. Sha noticed that Lin Shi had removed her from a project list and went to confront her. Lin Shi, in a rush, didn't have time to explain but eventually took her to a banquet. Lin Shi had to work, so Sha was left alone. Yi Cheng had been expecting Lin Shi to attend the reunion but later learned from Wei Tian that she had something else to do. Yi Cheng felt disappointed. At the reunion, classmates joked about Yi Cheng's past with Lin Shi, and Wei Tian intentionally mentioned that Yi Cheng was married, but he clarified that he was single. The reunion had been set up by Lao Chen, who used work as an excuse to try to lure Lin Shi there, but she didn't show up. After finishing her work, Lin Shi found Xia Xia still eating at the banquet, and President Sun came over to greet them. When it came time for a toast, Xia Xia refused to drink, and Lin Shi stepped in to help her. However, President Sun insisted that Lin Shi drink whiskey. Left with no choice, she drank 3 glasses. President Sun deliberately made Lin Shi drink to vent his frustrations. Afterward, she explained to Xia Xia that sometimes, you have to appease others in their line of work. She took this opportunity to teach Xia Xia an important lesson. While getting some air outside, Xia Xia encountered a guy who, like her, didn't enjoy the drinking culture at events. He introduced himself, but Lin Shi came out to get her before they could talk further, and she had to leave. Wei Tian suddenly received a call from Xia Xia, informing him that Lin Shi had gotten drunk. Yi Cheng, clearly worried about Lin Shi, found an excuse to drive Wei Tian there. They saw Xia Xia and another businessman helping a drunken Lin Shi out when they arrived at the hotel. Lin Shi, upon seeing Yi Cheng, introduced him to the businessman. She casually used the opportunity to connect him with the businessman. At that moment, the businessman's wife arrived and asked if Yi Cheng was Lin Zai's boyfriend, which Lin Shi quickly denied, saying he was her ex-boyfriend. Before coming to the hotel, Yi Cheng had already bought hangover medicine and gave it to Lin Shi. He then drove her home. And on the way back, Lin Shi saw some candied hawthorns through the window and asked him to stop. He joined her in a playful moment as they bought and enjoyed the candy together. Seeing her so happy reminded them both of the days when they were still dating. Meanwhile, Wei Tian took Xia Xia home. While waiting for the bus, it suddenly began to rain heavily, forcing them to run for cover. Wei Tian noticed Xia Xia's soaked clothes and offered her his jacket. When Xia Xia's high heels got wet, she took them off and walked barefoot. Seeing this, Wei Tian carried her onto the bus. Lin Shi, still drunk, fell asleep in Yi Cheng's car, and he stayed by her side until she woke up, unaware of what had happened while she was intoxicated. He scolded her for drinking so much, but Lin Shi explained that she had been helping him by introducing him to President Sun. When she returned home, she was surprised to see Cheng Yao there. Mrs. Li explained their relationship, but Lin Shi was unfazed, as she trusted the landlady. She reminded Cheng Yao that if he wanted to work at the company, he would need to follow the proper procedures. Yi Cheng decided to call President Sun to request a meeting. During the conversation, President Sun asked about Yi Cheng's relationship with Lin Shi, implying that the nature of their relationship would determine the type of help he could provide. He was also aware of Danny's withdrawal of investment and knew that other companies had shown interest but were rejected. Realizing that President Sun had intense demands, Yi Cheng reluctantly left without making any decisions. With the company's financial situation worsening, Yi Cheng told Tang Xin that he had already mortgaged his house. She felt Yi Cheng was being too rash, given the situation's urgency. Suddenly, Yi Cheng received a message from a former classmate using his company's product to teach children in a rural area. The product significantly improved the children's English-speaking abilities, presenting an opportunity to leverage this success story for brand promotion. This could potentially revive the company. Yi Cheng's efforts to generate buzz online began to attract significant attention, helping turn the company's situation around. Lin Shi, wanting to help further, visited President Sun and showed him the video about Yi Cheng's product. She urged him and the board to reconsider investing in Yi Cheng's company, emphasizing that it was a promising project. During a meeting, President Sun arrived unexpectedly and handed Yi Cheng a letter of intent for investment. He was surprised by the sudden change in Sun's attitude. Later, he learned that Lin Shi had influenced Mr. Sun's decision. Mr. Sun revealed that he trusted Lin Shi because, years ago, she had been the only one willing to believe in him during a difficult time when he was entangled in a financial dispute. With production needing to be ramped up, Yi Cheng realized that although many companies could be potential partners, only President Sun had the necessary strength. Reluctantly, he decided to move forward with a partnership with Mr. Sun. After the recent events, Yi Cheng goes to find Lin Shi again. He finally thanked her. He also tells her to make a request. Lin Shi notices the candied hawthorns nearby, and Yi Cheng understands her hint. However, she suddenly remembers that he has a child, so she quietly leaves while he's buying the candied hawthorns. Tang Xin realizes he still feels for Lin Shi, but he denies it. He claims that Lin Shi left him in the past because she disliked him. So why would she be interested in him now that he's successful? Tang Xin suggests that Lin Shi might have misunderstood and thought he was married and had a child. She urges him to explain the situation to Lin Shi, but he's hesitant to do so. Instead, Tong Xin calls Lin Shi and invites her to dinner to express their gratitude. As Lin Shi enters the restaurant, she is surprised to see Tong Xin with her son. She receives a call and needs to rush back to work. She leaves her son with Lin Shi and Yi Cheng, pulling Yi Cheng aside to say she's allowing them to rekindle their relationship. When they reach the parking garage, Tong Xin calls and asks Yi Cheng if he has explained the situation to Lin Shi, but he still hasn't. Seeing that Lin Shi can't stand because of her ankle, Yi Cheng insists on carrying her upstairs. Once inside, Lin Shi finally learns from Tong Xin that Yi Cheng is just Peter's godfather, not his real father, leaving Lin Shi surprised. Thinking back on everything Yi Cheng has done for her, Lin Zai's rational side wins over her emotions, and she suggests they talk about work instead. She discovers that he has learned to cook, something she used to do for him. He has grown a lot over the years. One of Yi Cheng's classmates arrives, and Lin Shi has to leave. He walks her downstairs, but she quickly drives off. Despite their misunderstanding being cleared up, she ignores Yi Cheng's calls. Yi Cheng confides in Tong Xin. He believes Lin Shi still has feelings. Lin Shi dreamed of Yi Cheng beside her. She enjoyed a sweet kiss with him. Just as the dream turns romantic, Lin Shi is abruptly awakened by stomach pain. She tries to head to the bathroom, but Cheng Yao takes a long time there. Unable to wait, Lin Shi arrives at the office. Feeling unwell, Wei Tian notices and suggests she visit the hospital. Wei Tian contacted Yi Cheng, informing him that their school was looking for outstanding alumni, and since they couldn't reach him directly, Wei Tian gave them his contact. Upon learning that she isn't feeling well, Yi Cheng rushes to see her, initially using work as an excuse. However, when he arrives, Lin Shi has already called President Zhang to meet with her, leaving him frustrated. After finishing his work, Yi Cheng goes to a pharmacy to buy medicine to relieve Lin Zai's stomach pain. Unsure of what to get, he buys one of everything. To keep Lin Shi from knowing it's from him, he arranges for the delivery to be anonymous. When she receives a pile of medication, she is puzzled and Cheng Yao opens it for her, revealing that it's all for treating stomach pain. They are curious about who sent it. Later, Yi Cheng meets Wei Tian for drinks, and they see Lin Shi asking in their work group chat about who sent the medicine. Everyone denies it, and Wei Tian quickly suspects it is Yi Cheng. Wei Tian then calls Lin Shi, warning her not to take the medicine, reminding her of an incident 3 years ago when someone had tampered with her medication. At that moment, Yi Cheng grabs the phone and confesses that he sent the medicine, assuring Lin Shi that it's safe. Seeing that someone else sent Lin Shi medicine, Cheng Yao becomes jealous and throws it all into the trash. However, Lin Shi retrieves the medicine. Back in her room, she looks at a box full of memories of Yi Cheng, including every gift he ever gave her, all of which she has carefully kept. Looking out the window, she spots Yi Cheng's car parked downstairs. She quickly goes down to thank him for the medicine. During their conversation, he reflects on how much Lin Shi has changed over the past 8 years. Noting that she's an entirely different person, he admits that he has changed, too, but one thing that has remained constant is his feelings for her. He knows Lin Shi still cares about him, recalling how she even used her connections to help him when his company faced a financial crisis. However, she brushes it off, saying they're business partners now. Yi Cheng tells her he will wait for her, but she keeps trying to push him away. The next morning, Sha is packing for a business trip, and Wei Tian is there to help her. Despite the trip being only 7 days long, she insists on bringing 2 large suitcases. Meanwhile, Tong Xin frantically looks for Yi Cheng, telling him that her son has gone missing. They rush to the school to check the security footage and are relieved Lin Shi has picked him up. However, they were a little uncomfortable when Lin Shi took Peter without notice. Lin Shi apologized, explaining that Peter had called her and his mother was too busy to pick him up, so she took him after school. Peter apologizes to Lin Shi. As she is leaving, Yi Cheng invites her to get ice cream. The shop they visit has a promotion where couples can earn more rewards for kissing. Yi Cheng lightly kisses Lin Shi on the forehead. Leaving her stunned, she pretends to be angry, prompting him to rush outside and apologize. Later, he drives her home and gets invited inside using the excuse of needing the restroom. Lin Shi initially pretends to forget her keys, but he sees through her act. He corners her against the wall, but just then, Cheng Yao arrives. Cheng Yao mentions that Yi Cheng had also visited him once. When Yi Cheng goes to the restroom, He notices that Cheng Yao and Lin Shi have matching toothbrushes, which makes him uncomfortable. Cheng Yao tries to get Yi Cheng to leave, but he pretends they have important business to discuss and stay. Cheng Yao then makes Lin Shi a heart-shaped coffee, but when he makes one for Yi Cheng, he draws a poop shape in the foam. Yi Cheng intentionally asks Lin Shi to give him the heart-shaped coffee, and she agrees without a second thought. Afterward, Yi Cheng begins investigating Cheng Yao, realizing he now has a rival for Lin Zai's affection. As Cheng Yao grows fonder of Lin Shi, he becomes more eager to win her. Noticing that Lin Shi is working late into the night, he encourages her to go to bed, but she takes her laptop and retreats to her room, leaving him feeling helpless. The next morning, he prepares a large breakfast for Lin Shi and apologizes to her sincerely, though she brushes it off with a casual response. Yi Cheng instructs the assistant to compile a list of all companies set to bid for a significant project, knowing the next day will be a tough battle. Later, he sees Lin Shi and offers her a ride. Although reluctant, she agrees after a car pulls up behind them. Seizing the moment, he confesses his feelings again, but Lin Shi doesn't respond and instead finds an excuse to leave. Meanwhile, some companies, eager to win the bid, attempted to bribe the shareholders of Yi Cheng's company, securing an agreement to ensure their success. The next day, Lin Shi arrives at the bidding event. Her company is one of the participants. But Wang, another bidder, has inside information and boldly offers the lowest price on the spot, which violates the rules. Lin Shi and her team are left to observe the unfolding situation. When it's her turn to present, she shocks everyone by quoting a high price of 1 million yuan. The other companies believe her bid is too high. Assuming they'll easily win, Lin Shi calmly explains the rationale behind her high bid. CEO Sun watches the event's live broadcast, and the board begins questioning Lin Shi. She responds confidently, detailing the reasons for the premium pricing, but her words upset specific vested interests. Mr. Wang attempts to undermine her with flattery, hoping to use additional funds to sway the decision-makers in their favor. She remains undeterred and proceeds to play a video showcasing testimonials from industry experts who have collaborated with her company, raising professionalism. When it comes time for Yi Cheng and the board to vote, Mr. Wang's allies appear confident, thinking victory is assured. Lin Shi grows nervous as the vote is about to be announced, and he looks smug. However, Lin Zai's company wins the bid to everyone's surprise. Mr. Wang is furious but has no choice but to accept the result. Yi Cheng suggests throwing a celebration banquet as an excuse to spend more time alone with her. At the celebration, tensions rise between Yi Cheng and Cheng Yao. Both men try to serve food to Lin Shi at the same time, leaving her feeling uncomfortable. She quickly makes an excuse and leaves first. Some people joke that Lin Shi and Cheng Yao are a couple, but Lin Shi quickly clarifies that she only sees him as a younger brother. Yi Cheng is pleased by this. After dinner, Yi Cheng uses the excuse of heading in the same direction to offer Lin Shi a ride home. Cheng Yao keeps trying to converse with Lin Shi, but she barely responds. Before leaving, she warns Yi Cheng to be mindful of his words in the future, but he declares that he won't give up on pursuing her, even if she keeps rejecting him. He came home and expressed concern about his competition with Cheng Yao. Tong Xin helps him analyze their situations and points out that a key figure in Lin Zai's life is Granny Li. The next day, he brings Peter to visit Lin Shi under the pretense of seeing Granny Li. Cheng Yao, trying to get rid of them, lies and says she isn't home, but Peter insists on seeing Lin Shi. She welcomes Peter inside, and soon after, Granny Li returns. Furious yet unable to express his anger, Cheng Yao sulks in the kitchen. He pulls Granny Li aside, but she reassures him she will always support him. Granny Li invites Yi Cheng and Peter to stay for lunch. Yi Cheng prepares a feast for lunch, but he accidentally injures his hand. Lin Shi hurriedly checked his wound, much to Cheng Yao's displeasure. Granny Li praises them for being well matched, and Peter seems to agree, which only upsets Cheng Yao. When Cheng Yao peels shrimp for Lin Shi, Yi Cheng quickly takes it away, explaining that Lin Shi is allergic to shrimp, which surprises Cheng Yao. Meanwhile, Sha Sha struggles to translate for foreign friends due to a local dialect she doesn't understand, but Wei Tian steps in to help, saving her from embarrassment. He invites her to dinner, happy to spend time with him alone. During dinner, she feels unwell due to menstrual pain, which Wei Tian initially overlooks. However, when her discomfort becomes more apparent, Wei Tian, unsure of what to do, ends up massaging her pressure points to ease her pain, leading to a moment of awkwardness as their hands touch. Back at the hotel, Sha feels too ill to walk. Wei Tian carries her on his back. On the way, he reminisces about his time in the military and asks if Sha has any memorable experiences. She recalls when she accidentally fell off a cliff during a hike with friends. Coincidentally, Wei Tian, then stationed in the mountains, had rescued her, and he realized she was the girl from that incident. Xiao Yicheng leaves with Peter. He felt upset by Cheng Yao's presence around Lin Shi. As they leave, he notices a realtor showing the house next to Lin's eyes, sparking a new idea. Meanwhile, Wei Tian receives a phone call mentioning a wedding. Sha, feeling down, mistakenly thinks he has a girlfriend. She asks if he's dating someone, and he replies vaguely, making her feel even worse. Sha then walks back alone, enduring her pain. At the entrance, she meets a colleague who mentions they missed a client dinner the previous night, making Sha realize she had misread the situation with Wei Tian. The next day, Lin Shi is surprised when Yi Cheng shows up with a housewarming gift, revealing that he has moved in next door. Using work as an excuse, he invites Lin Shi to his place. She tells him they should maintain some distance outside work, but Yi Cheng believes Lin Shi is just avoiding her feelings for him. He becomes more determined to win her back. Interpreting her reluctance as a sign of hidden feelings, he convinces her to help him organize his house. While tidying up, she spots an old toy from when they were dating, which makes her visibly uncomfortable, a reaction that Yi Cheng doesn't miss. Later, Lin Zai's subordinate asks her to look after their dog while they go on a business trip. She struggles with no experience with pets, but Yi Cheng offers to keep the dog at his place because she comes over daily to care for it. Tang Xin knew that Yi Cheng wanted to stay close to Lin Shi, so she even helped by moving the meeting room next to Yi Cheng's office. Soon after, rumors began circulating online, accusing Yi Cheng's product of being fake. This was due to his product launch affecting the profits of too many competitor companies, prompting them to take action. Yi Cheng contacted an old classmate in the media industry for help, hoping to restore his company's reputation. Lin Shi believed that Yi Cheng would never engage in such fraudulent activities. She saw many netizens online questioning Yi Cheng's product, and the situation seemed to worsen. When Yi Cheng saw Lin Shi return home, he deliberately made an excuse to get her to come over and take care of the dog. He asked if she had anything she wanted to tell him. In fact, Lin Shi had been silently helping him all along, but she had never spoken up about it, leading Yi Cheng to believe that she didn't care about him. At that moment, Wei Tian arrived and informed Lin Shi that something had happened. He was surprised to learn that Yi Cheng lived next door to her. Wei Tian explained that their investigation had led to a woman named Lisa, who was involved in the situation. Lin Shi fired Lisa during her internship, and now she is trying to take down Yi Cheng's company. However, Lisa was merely a regular employee, and Yi Cheng suspected someone else was behind her pulling the strings. When Lin Shi returned home, Cheng Yao, who usually followed Lin Shi around like a shadow, acted differently today and stayed in his room. When Lin Shi brought food to him, he quickly switched the display on his computer, indicating that there was something he didn't want Lin Shi to know. In reality, Cheng Yao was quietly helping her in his own way. Wei Tian noticed Sha at work and wanted to help, but she coldly rejected him. She received a message from a client and left without paying Wei Tian any attention, as she believed Wei Tian was already set to get married and didn't want to interfere with his life. However, when Wei Tian saw her with someone else, he felt uncomfortable and intentionally found an excuse to chat with her during work. But Sha still refused to engage with him. She informed her grandfather about the company's difficulties, hoping he would help Lin Shi, but he made an excuse and left. In the following days, Yi Cheng and Lin Shi continued reaching out to industry leaders for assistance, but they met with rejection after rejection. Despite the increasingly dire situation, Yi Cheng was still most concerned about ensuring Lin Shi ate adequately. He later informed Tang Xin that he planned a press conference on Friday to announce their new product. Lin Shi felt he was too hasty and tried to stop him, saying she would devise another solution. But Yi Cheng didn't listen and took her to a local clinic, where he had secretly brought in many machines for pre-launch testing. Yi Cheng wanted Lin Shi to see that he had been preparing for this. Since medical robots are not widely used, their new product could effectively suppress negative public opinion. Yi Cheng received a call from Tang Xin, who informed him that someone was live streaming to clear their product's name online. They rushed back, and Lin Shi comforted Yi Cheng before leaving the car. He felt grateful that Lin Shi was still willing to help him. Just as he was about to kiss her, Cheng Yao suddenly appeared. interrupting them and taking Lin Shi away. When Cheng Yao waved goodbye to Yi Cheng, he recognized Cheng Yao as someone who had posted videos on the internet to help him. The press conference officially started. The reporters began asking him questions, and Yi Cheng conducted a demonstration. The reporters were surprised that his device could translate different languages through voice recognition, with the text displayed first, making communication easier. However, the reporters raised concerns about the latest updates. At this point, Lin Zai's teacher made a grand entrance, followed by Lin Zai's grandfather, which surprised her. With 5 prominent experts present, their authority added credibility to the event. Lin Zai's grandfather selected a passage from an old novel, and Xiao Yi Cheng began translating it. The translation speed was impressive, and Lin Shi provided a human translation on site. Both Xiao Yi Cheng's machine and Lin Zai's skills were on par, and her grandfather acknowledged this by standing up and expressing his admiration for the younger generation, validating both Lin Shi and Yi Cheng. Their counterattack had been a success. Lin Shi bought some things to bring to her grandfather and was surprised to find Yi Cheng there. He and her grandfather got along well, and Yi Cheng was there to thank him. Her grandfather seemed to sense Lin Zai's and Yi Cheng's emotional connection, encouraging them to discuss things. Meanwhile, Wei Tian, feeling unwell, still went to work. He learned from colleagues that Sha had been seeking advice from a teacher, and he pulled her aside to ask if something was on her mind or if she had a problem with him. He admitted that he sometimes spoke bluntly and asked Sha not to take offense. Back home, Cheng Yao invited Lin Shi to the next day's competition, asking her to attend no matter what. Lin Shi agreed. The competition started, and Cheng Yao was thrilled to see Lin Shi there. Cheng Yao took a fall as the race began but pushed through. Knowing he had something important to do after the competition, he gritted his teeth through the pain and kept racing. In the end, he won the championship. When Cheng Yao received his medal, he scattered gold dust on the ground, revealing his and Lin Zai's initials. It was clear to Lin Shi that Cheng Yao confessed his love for her. He approached her and asked her to be his girlfriend. However, Lin Shi immediately rejected him, explaining that she had something else to do before quickly leaving. Feeling dejected, Cheng Yao went home, where Tong Xin tutored her son at her grandmother's house. The grandmother immediately noticed that Cheng Yao must have been heartbroken. Cheng Yao tried to play with Tong Xin's son, but he fell and hurt himself, adding to his misery. He didn't want to live here anymore. As it started to rain, Tong Xin kindly invited Cheng Yao to stay at her place. Although he initially declined, the weather forced him to accept. Tong Xin brought him to her home, which was impressive, though it was Yi Cheng's old room. Since he no longer lived there, Cheng Yao could stay for now. Yi Cheng saw the video of Cheng Yao's public confession to Lin Shi online, and as he fumed over it, Tong Xin called to inform him that Cheng Yao was staying in his old room. He couldn't argue. When Lin Shi returned home, she overheard Grandma Li talking with Tong Xin, who informed her that Cheng Yao was settled in. This put Lin Zai's mind at ease. The next day, Yi Cheng went to work and saw a group of reporters who had coordinated with Tong Xin to film a documentary about him. He reluctantly agreed. When Lin Shi arrived at work, she saw a female colleague helping Yi Cheng adjust his microphone, which made her jealous. Her co-workers gossiped, and Lin Shi quickly urged them to start the meeting. Tong Xin, seeing Cheng Yao depressed, went to Grandma Li for advice, hoping she could convince Cheng Yao to pull himself together. Tong Xin believed that a single heartbreak wasn't the end and that if he was determined, he could still win Lin Shi back. Tong Xin comforted Cheng Yao, who returned to the office with some documents. He handed them to Lin Shi and was about to leave, but she stopped him and asked him to talk privately. Lin Shi gently suggested that Cheng Yao hadn't met someone he truly loved and that his feelings for her might have been impulsive. She advised him not to direct his frustration toward Yi Cheng. Lin Shi was reading at home when Tong Xin called to invite her to the weekend team building event, and she agreed. As she looked at the stuffed toys in her room, memories of her time at the amusement park with Yi Cheng flooded back, those happy moments when she'd once dreamed of wearing the most beautiful princess dress for her birthday. Tomorrow was Lin Zai's birthday, and she decided to wear the dress from back then for the event. The next morning, Lin Shi stood alone at the park, assuming Yi Cheng was on a business trip, but to her surprise, he suddenly appeared behind her. He reminded her of when she had wanted to be a princess, but now she was refusing. He insisted on taking her along, and Lin Shi couldn't say no. Later, she finally saw a fairy tale princess, a scene that brought back memories of her own wishes. Yi Cheng knew it was Lin Zai's birthday. so he invited her to take a picture with the princess. Yi Cheng noticed Lin Zai's sadness and bought a bunch of balloons for her to hold. At first, she refused, but when he released the balloons into the sky, he embraced Lin Shi. Just as they were about to kiss, his phone rang, snapping them back to reality. He had to leave to handle something urgent. Lin Shi returned to the hotel. Mao Mao announced that Tong Xin and Xing Yao had won the competition, leaving Wei Tian a bit disappointed. Mao Mao also revealed a mystery prize, and to everyone's surprise, Lin Shi was the one drawn. She initially wanted to decline, but she finally opened the gift after much persuasion, revealing a beautiful princess dress. When Lin Shi returned, everyone had changed into cartoon character costumes, and Peter led the group in singing "Happy Birthday" to her. At that moment, Yi Cheng appeared from the other side of the stage, and their eyes met. He told Lin Shi to make a wish and whispered in her ear, hoping her wish included him. Yi Cheng then took Lin Shi to the rooftop, where he asked her to close her eyes. After a countdown, a magnificent fireworks display lit up the sky, a special gift he had prepared for her. Sha Sha and Wei Tian sat on a bus together. He asked Sha Sha which activity she enjoyed the most, but when she didn't respond, he started naming the ones he found fun. She suddenly called for the driver to stop and got off the bus without saying anything. Watching the bus leave, she patted her face and told herself it was time to wake up from her dream. Just as she was about to turn and go inside, Wei Tian ran up to her in a rush, saying he had something to tell her. He asked why she was treating him coldly. He insisted she explain herself, or he'd wait there all night. Sha Sha confessed that the person she liked already had a girlfriend, and she couldn't stand seeing him daily. Wei Tian was stunned when she revealed that the person she liked was him. She said it didn't matter because he had a girlfriend and was getting married. Wei Tian clarified that he had already broken up with his ex-girlfriend. Their parents set up the relationship, and they only pretended to be together to appease their families. He confessed his feelings for Sha Sha and asked if she would be with him. Overjoyed, her eyes filled with tears as she accepted. Wei Tian asked when she had started liking him, and Sha Sha revealed that she had wanted him for 10 years, ever since he saved her from a cliff. Lin Shi called and discovered that Sha Sha's mother would hold a banquet for Teacher Gao's 80th birthday. Lin Shi hung up the phone angrily and met her father to go to Teacher Gao's house. On the way there, Lin Zai's father kept talking about the details of Teacher Gao's 80th birthday party, which made Lin Shi very sad. Lin Shi had a conflict with Mr. Gao and ran to the beach alone. Chen Wen and Wang Cheng couldn't find Lin Shi, so they had to go to Yi Cheng and ask him if he knew where Lin Shi was. He quickly got up and went out to find her. Yi Cheng stayed by Lin Zai's side while she was drunk, and when she woke up, she found herself lying in a hotel bed. When she got up, she realized she was alone in the room and hurriedly put on her shoes, ready to leave, but then Yi Cheng appeared in a bathrobe. She asked why she was there, and he explained that Lin Shi had held onto him tightly the previous night and refused to let him go. She had said many things the night before, including that she regretted breaking up with him. Lin Shi, embarrassed, started hiccuping, and Yi Cheng revealed that he had recorded everything she said, making her panic even more. Despite not wanting to admit it, Lin Shi was grateful to Yi Cheng for staying with her during her most difficult and painful times. Soon after, Wei Tian called Lin Shi, inviting her to a gathering. That evening, Yi Cheng arrived at the gathering, surprised to see Lin Shi there too. Chen Xiao also showed up, making Lin Shi feel a little disappointed. However, Yi Cheng took Lin Zai's hand and led her into the restaurant. During dinner, someone asked them if they were married. Yi Cheng replied that they weren't, but he didn't deny their relationship. Both of them knew that being together again was no small feat. After dinner, as Yi Cheng and Lin Shi were about to leave, Chen Xiao stopped him, wanting to talk to him alone. However, he refused to let Lin Shi leave. Chen Xiao asked Yi Cheng where she had failed, thinking her dedication would have paid off after 8 years of effort, but to her surprise, Yi Cheng still only had feelings for Lin Shi even after all that time. Lin Shi finally explained why she broke up with him years ago. She had just received a job offer from a company and feared that Yi Cheng might give up his opportunity to study abroad for her. Lin Shi didn't want to abandon her dreams either, so she proposed the breakup as a compromise. Deep down, she couldn't bear to lose him. Yi Cheng kissed Lin Shi, and as they reminisced, it felt like they were transported back to the past, with memories of both laughter and tears flooding back. The next morning, Lin Shi eagerly searched for a beautiful outfit, hoping to look her best when she met Yi Cheng. They had finally cleared the air between them and didn't want any more misunderstandings. They spent the day together, holding hands like a young couple, playing claw machines, and having fun. Both were genuinely happy, laughing together in a way they hadn't for a long time. The next day, Yi Cheng and Lin Shi were having a meeting at the office, whispering to each other occasionally. Their relationship hadn't been made public yet, and they didn't want anyone to find out. Later, he called her into his office under the pretext of work, and they almost kissed. But their assistant, Ma Mao, interrupted them twice, ruining the romantic atmosphere. Lin Shi told Yi Cheng that they needed to focus on work for now, as even if they were okay with their relationship, the other company shareholders might not be. He agreed, saying they'd go public with their relationship after the current project ended. Lin Shi waited for Yi Cheng's return at home, hoping the upcoming conference call would secure their needed financing. Tong Xin sent the latest data to Yi Cheng. Even though AI doctors had already been developed, Tong Xin worried there might still be issues. However, he was eager to quickly push the new product to market, though Tong Xin advised him to be cautious. The next day, Yi Cheng was only given 30 minutes to present to the client, and 28 minutes had passed without knowing whether they were convinced to invest. After the meeting ended, Tong Xin and her team rushed in, initially thinking that the deal had fallen through. But surprisingly, the client agreed to invest. Yi Cheng eagerly shared the good news with Lin Shi. Meanwhile, Sha Sha and Wei Tian had their first date. He initially thought they would play mahjong but was surprised when they went to tea tasting instead, although it wasn't his usual date. Seeing Sha Sha having fun made him feel better. However, he didn't know how to drink tea, so he took a sip and got burned. Then Wei Tian suggested they eat street food, but Sha Sha hesitated, worried about the strong taste. She didn't want to refuse him, so she agreed. Unfortunately, after eating the food, she had a stomachache, proving that street food wasn't for her. Their different lifestyles became more and more apparent. Sha Sha was taking medicine to treat her stomachache at work, and Wei Tian noticed it. He felt guilty for her discomfort, and he apologized when he brought her home, and she kissed Wei Tian. He quickly pulled her back and kissed her back. A translation error in an important document for an agricultural trade fair has caused Lin Zai's company to face backlash. Lin Shi assures her boss, Mr. Zhang, that she will find the problem and handle the situation. During the investigation, Lin Shi discovers that the most important email has been deleted, and although Chen Wen is responsible, there is no evidence to prove it. Later, Lin Shi receives a call from Sha Sha's mother, asking to meet. While the conversation starts with pleasantries, it is clear that Sha Sha's mother is worried about whether the agricultural trade fair issue will affect her daughter. Back at the office, she continued investigating the mishap. She confirmed that the price list wasn't forged, but no one had received the critical email, causing increasing negative attention online, and the company's reputation was now in jeopardy. Lin Shi suggested they issue a public statement to contain the damage. She and Sha Sha were both called home by their families. At the meeting, Lin Shi firmly stated her position, even offering to take full responsibility for the incident. However, Sha Sha refused to let Lin Shi bear the burden, believing Lin Shi was not at fault. The grandfather insisted he would not interfere with how the company punishes them. Afterward, Sha Sha apologized to Lin Shi, explaining she had no idea her mother would act that way. Lin Shi wasn't angry, instead, she found Sha Sha's innocence endearing. That evening, Lin Shi returned home to find Yi Cheng on the phone trying to help resolve her problems, which made her feel grateful. In a moment of vulnerability, she hugged Yi Cheng and rushed to his place for comfort. The next day, Mr. Zhang called an urgent meeting. Furious over losing a key client they had worked with for a decade, he scolded Lin Shi harshly, ordering her to stop all her projects and reassign her work to other colleagues. Lin Shi told her team to take a break, but a group of reporters ambushed her as she left the office. The lead reporter was Yi Cheng's high school classmate, who liked him, adding more tension to the situation. Yi Cheng boldly took the microphone in response, whisking Lin Shi away from the scene. Yi Cheng took Lin Shi to buy candied hawthorns from an old woman who recognized them as regular customers. She even gave them an extra skewer as a gift. Seizing the moment, he proposed to Lin Shi. Jokingly, Lin Shi said that if she ever quit translating, she would open a candied hawthorn shop instead. Lin Shi returned to the office and shared her theory with Mr. Zhang, asking for 3 more days to find evidence, or else she would resign. Mr. Zhang reluctantly agreed. Soon, Lin Shi discovered that her computer had indeed deleted an email while she wasn't present. She applied for the surveillance footage to be reviewed, as she had no memory of who could have accessed her computer then. However, when her colleagues were reluctant to help with the investigation, Yi Cheng intervened and convinced them to expedite the process. By noon the next day, the surveillance footage had been restored, and Lin Shi was shocked to find that the person who deleted the email was her most trusted subordinate. Lin Shi visited the employee, Chen Wen, at her rented apartment, where the two had a serious conversation. Chen Wen explained that no one had coerced her, she had acted out of her own resentment. She vented that every time she made a small mistake, she would be scolded harshly, which built up bitterness over time. Seeing Chen Wen's deep dissatisfaction, Lin Shi gave her an ultimatum: either resign voluntarily, or she would never be able to work in the industry again. After returning home, Lin Shi reflected on what Chen Xiao had said to her, realizing that how she treated others might have been forced upon them rather than what they truly wanted. Although Lin Shi knew she wasn't easy to get along with, she never thought others could perceive her so negatively. Yi Cheng was beside her, comforting her and hoping she could soon move past this challenging period. Later, Lin Shi video called her mother, who mentioned that her father had been growing some vegetables lately and urged her to come home when she had the time. Lin Shi decided to visit during the National Day holiday. As she left, she was surprised to find Yi Cheng waiting outside her door, pretending it was a coincidence but there to offer her a ride home. She accepted, and the two drove back together, knowing he would meet her parents. He wanted to stop and buy gifts. However, being in the countryside, he couldn't find anything fancy, so he settled for some local specialties. When they arrived at Lin Zai's house, which turned out to be a farmhouse, they realized that the fruits Yi Cheng had bought were actually from Lin Zai's family farm. Upon realizing that Yi Cheng was their daughter's boyfriend, the father decided to test Yi Cheng's worthiness, and her mother agreed. The first task was to make a sofa, which confused him at first. The father explained that when he and Lin Zai's mother got together, the first gift he made her was a sofa. He believed that building a sofa demonstrated a man's ability to provide for a family, ensuring that his daughter would never suffer in the future. Yi Cheng set off into the mountains to chop bamboo for the sofa project. Lin Shi gave him her father's clothes, and though he felt a bit embarrassed, no one recognized him at first. During dinner, Lin Shi noticed that Yi Cheng had injured his hand. Despite her father's protests, she rushed to bandage his wound. Lin Shi felt guilty seeing how much he was enduring for her, but he didn't mind. To him, as long as he could be with Lin Shi, he could face anything with optimism. Lin Shi hurriedly called her father to show him the chair Yi Cheng had made. He assured Lin Zai's father that he could continue testing him, but no matter how difficult things got, he wouldn't give up because of his love for Lin Shi. The father finally acknowledged Yi Cheng, and everyone was pleased. Later that evening, Lin Zai's mother approached Yi Cheng for a chat. She revealed that she had met him 8 years ago when Lin Shi called her in tears over a work issue, though she suspected the real reason was her breakup with him. Yi Cheng expressed how deeply he cared for Lin Shi and vowed never to let her go again, which reassured her mother. After this, Yi Cheng took Lin Shi to work, strengthening their relationship. Even though Lin Shi wasn't directly responsible for the incident at the company, she still had to accept a demotion. Her subordinates wanted to follow her to the new department, but Lin Shi declined, encouraging them to continue doing their best in their current roles. Lin Zai's rival, Lu Zhongzhao, arrived to mock her, even suggesting they should go straight to HR if anyone wanted to leave. When Lin Shi arrived at the translation department, she found it disorganized, with no proper office space. The department had only 3 employees, an older man, a young guy, and a pregnant woman. Lin Zai's first task was to assign them to work. The department was dysfunctional, with each employee having personal difficulties and complaints. Lin Shi asked them to compile their grievances and come up with solutions. However, some were leaving work early, making it difficult for her to finish things. That evening, Lin Shi vented her frustrations to Yi Cheng while they were at an archery range. He could only offer words of comfort. To cheer her up, he prepared a candlelit dinner. Knowing she was struggling to pay rent after her demotion, he suggested she move in with him, but Lin Shi declined. Tong Xin develops feelings for Cheng Yao, but when she overhears Cheng Yao expressing concern for Lin Shi, she feels slightly sad. Then, Director Lu approached and harshly criticized Cheng Yao's work, even going so far as to replace his translations. Furious, Cheng Yao resigned on the spot. Tong Xin tried to defend him, leaving Director Lu no choice but to back down. On the way home, Tong Xin advised Cheng Yao not to offend his superiors. But he replied that he only recognized Lin Shi as his leader. Back home, she asked Cheng Yao when he planned to move out. He had no intention of leaving but felt that Tong Xin was pushing him away. Upset, he stormed off to his room, realizing he now had to rely on himself to rent a place. Meanwhile, Wei Tian was preparing to go on a business trip. Although Sha Sha didn't want him to leave, she couldn't voice her feelings before he rushed off. She kept staring at her phone, waiting for a message from Wei Tian, but it never came. It was her birthday, and she hoped to celebrate with him. Just then, her mother called, inviting her to lunch, and she reluctantly agreed. When she arrived, she was surprised to see a man waiting, none other than Chen Ji, someone she had collaborated with before. It became clear that her mother had arranged this as a matchmaking setup. Throughout the meal, Sha Sha remained distracted, still checking her phone. Chen Ji invited her to a concert in the evening, but Sha Sha declined, saying she had a boyfriend. Her mother thought Sha Sha was making an excuse because she didn't like Chen Ji. Her mother's suspicions were interrupted by a call from Sha Sha's grandfather, and she stepped away for a moment. Wei Tian finally called. He had booked a reservation at a French restaurant for Sha Sha's birthday. Overjoyed, she realized Wei Tian hadn't forgotten after all, and he promised to try to make it back in time to celebrate with her. After work, she went to the restaurant and waited for Wei Tian, but he didn't. Growing anxious, she called him, but his phone was off. Sha Sha waited at the restaurant until closing, but Wei Tian didn't come. Just as she was feeling distraught, Wei Tian called and told her he was at the hospital. She rushed to meet him without hesitation and found out he was helping the mother of one of his army comrades undergoing surgery. Sha Sha was furious and stormed off. He wanted to console her, but a work emergency pulled him away. Wei Tian sought opportunities to apologize the next day at work, but Sha Sha wasn't ready to forgive him. After work, Sha Sha confided in Lin Shi, recounting the events. Lin Shi advised her that mutual understanding was key to any relationship. Little did Sha Sha know Lin Shi had secretly called Wei Tian to resolve their conflict. Wei Tian gave Sha Sha the birthday gift he had meant to give her the previous night and explained why he had rushed to help his comrade's mother. He shared that during their time in the army, this friend had once saved his life, and the friend's mother often cared for him. He invited Sha Sha to go hiking with him to make up for missing her birthday. Sha Sha, wearing high heels, could not walk comfortably, so Wei Tian carried her on his back the entire way. At the mountain's peak, Wei Tian had prepared a cake, having gone ahead earlier to set everything up as a surprise. Meanwhile, Lin Shi continued to lead her small team in the translation department with strict precision, not tolerating even minor mistakes. She often worked late into the night, and one evening, after staying up all night fixing revisions, she visited a bookstore for inspiration. Unexpectedly, Yi Cheng accompanied her. With Yi Cheng's suggestion, she realized that the issue with her work might not be the content itself but the formatting, which made it hard to read. She hurried back to make adjustments, and her revisions were accepted, earning her newfound respect from her team. Sha Sha's grandfather asked her to deliver a birthday invitation to Lin Shi. Initially, Lin Shi refused, but Sha Sha insisted, placing the invitation in her hand. Despite receiving the invitation, she still harbored resentment and wasn't sure if she wanted to attend. Yi Cheng comforted her, pointing out that her mother and grandfather had the same taste in incense, subtly hinting that the decision was ultimately hers. Lin Shi showed the invitation to her mother, who was initially reluctant to attend, still holding on to past grudges. However, Lin Zai's father encouraged his wife, saying that after all these years, it was time to let go of bitterness. Lin Zai's mother reflected on her family history, revealing she had come from a long line of translators. Her childhood dream had been to become a translator like her family members, but life had taken her down a different path, and she had become an English teacher instead. She never regretted it. Many years ago, she had translated a collection of Li Bai's poems with great effort, only for her younger sister to take credit for it. Her father had sided with her sister, crushing her dream of becoming a translator. On the morning of the banquet, Lin Shi and her father arrived first, only to be seated far from the main table, deliberately isolated by Lin Zai's aunt, who made up an excuse to justify the seating arrangement. To their surprise, Yi Cheng's parents arrived at the banquet and knew Sha Sha's mother. Yi Cheng's mother hinted that she wanted to introduce the old man's granddaughter. Yi Cheng, thinking the same, was happy and looked forward to it. However, instead of Lin Shi, Sha Sha appeared. Yi Cheng panicked, realizing the misunderstanding. At the same time, he spotted Lin Shi and her father sitting at the far table. He quickly made his way over to explain, and Lin Shi, while amused, playfully punished him by making him turn off his phone. Yi Cheng and Xia Xia felt uncomfortable, knowing they had significant others, but their elders were unaware. During the banquet, Lin Zai's father approached the main table, only to be hostile by Xia Xia's mother, who blamed Lin Shi for her embarrassment. The tension peaked when Lin Shi revealed the truth about her mother's translation work, which her aunt had stolen. At that moment, Lin Zai's mother had arrived at the venue but could not bring herself to enter. Suddenly, Lin Zai's grandfather collapsed from a heart attack. The family rushed him to the hospital. And despite the severity of the situation, Xia Xia's mother coldly dismissed Lin Zai's family. When the grandfather regained consciousness, Xia Xia and her mother were the first to visit him. But his first question was about Lin Shi. Xia Xia revealed that Lin Zai's mother had come to the banquet but was too afraid to enter. The grandfather was finally reunited with his estranged daughter, a moment he had longed for. Though the reunion happened at a hospital bed, it was the best birthday gift he had ever wanted. Xia Xia's mother continued to disapprove of her relationship with Wei Tian, insisting that their family backgrounds were too different and would become an obstacle in their future. However, Xia Xia believed in him and was confident they could build a happy life together. Just as they discussed this, Wei Tian called and invited her to meet his close friends, excitedly wanting to introduce her to them. She eagerly picked out an outfit, preparing for the occasion. The next morning, she eagerly awaited Wei Tian's call, and they met his friends. While he played basketball, Xia Xia waited on the sidelines in the scorching sun. Wearing high heels, though uncomfortable, she didn't want to complain and stood in the heat for a long time. Wei Tian eventually noticed her discomfort and quickly took her home. Unfortunately, the afternoon sun had left her with a rash on her face, so she went downstairs to get medicine. But her mother knew about this. She expressed dissatisfaction when seeing the toll the relationship was taking on her daughter. Knowing Xia Xia had sacrificed so much for Wei Tian, but he remained oblivious to it all. Lin Shi had already noticed that Cheng Yao had feelings for Tong Xin, but Cheng Yao felt that Tong Xin was avoiding him. Yi Cheng later explained that Tong Xin had been hurt in the past, making it difficult for her to open up to someone new. However, she believed that Cheng Yao might be the one to help Tong Xin heal and move forward. Wei Tian noticed that Xia Xia seemed listless at the office while other colleagues gossiped about the possibility of Lin Shi returning to the major accounts department. When he saw her flushed face and the medicine on her desk, he realized she was suffering from an allergic reaction. At home, Xia Xia hadn't spoken to her mother since her mother disapproved of her relationship with Wei Tian. Her mother was heartbroken seeing her daughter go through so much for someone who didn't seem to notice. When Wei Tian received a message from Xia Xia about her allergic reaction, he intended to visit her but was held back by work obligations. Instead of visiting her in person, he sent a delivery person with the medicine, leaving Xia Xia deeply disappointed. At work, Cheng Yao found excuses to spend time with Tong Xin despite her attempts to avoid him. He even went to her workplace to stay close. Afterwards, Cheng Yao asked Yi Cheng why Tong Xin had been avoiding him, confessing that he had truly fallen for her this time. Lin Shi advised Cheng Yao to ensure he didn't hurt Tong Xin, reminding him to be cautious with her feelings. In the evening, Cheng Yao waited for Tong Xin outside the company to catch her after work. He wanted to know what she truly felt. She was hesitant about being with Cheng Yao because he had previously liked Lin Shi, but not long after, he shifted his affection to her. She didn't have the time or energy to play along with someone so young and fickle. Cheng Yao, however, promised to show her his sincerity. Meanwhile, Xia Xia was still struggling with her allergy. At that moment, she received a call from Chen Ji, asking for her help, and she agreed. Later, at work, Wei Tian assigned her some tasks, but when she inquired about Chen Ji's book project, he informed her that it had been assigned to someone else. This infuriated Xia Xia. Wei Tian then asked her to handle the company's year-end report, leading to a significant argument between them. With Xia Xia insisting on completing Chen Ji's project, her workload grew heavier, and she returned home late every night, deeply worrying her mother. Seeing how much her daughter suffered for her relationship with Wei Tian, her mother comforted her. Xia Xia finally broke down, admitting how much she liked Wei Tian. Her mother reminded her that while dating is about choosing someone she loves, marriage requires someone who is a better match, warning that mismatched couples often fight over small things. Later that night, Xia Xia messaged Wei Tian, implying they should remain just colleagues, essentially signaling a breakup. He saw the message and called her, But Xia ignored it, confused and hurt. Wei Tian shared the breakup news with Lin Shi and Yi Cheng. He admitted he didn't even know what he had done wrong. Yi Cheng advised him to swallow his pride and apologize to Xia, emphasizing that one must choose between pride and the relationship in love. Taking the advice to heart, he invited Xia to see a play. Xia checked the tickets and realized that Chen Ji had also given her a ticket to the same show, but she hadn't planned to attend. Lin Shi arrived just then, and Xia handed her the ticket. When Lin Shi and Yi Cheng arrived at the theater, they were surprised to run into Chen Ji, and shortly after, Wei Tian also appeared. The atmosphere became tense as the two men faced each other. With Xia absent, Wei Tian and Chen Ji tried to assert their feelings for her. Chen Ji clarified that he hadn't given up on pursuing her, while Wei Tian stood his ground, leading to a standoff between them. The rivalry escalated, and the two decided to settle it in a boxing match. Lin Shi sent a picture of the fight to Xia, who rushed over just in time to see Chen Ji get injured. Scolding Wei Tian, she helped Chen Ji out of the ring. As they left, Chen Ji admitted that he could tell Wei Tian still had feelings for her and encouraged Xia not to give up on the person she truly loved. After seeing Xia with Chen Ji, Wei Tian mistakenly assumed their breakup was due to Chen Ji. However, Xia clarified that it wasn't because of him. She explained that while she had initially liked Wei Tian, over time, she realized they lived in completely different worlds. They had separate paths and were never meant to walk the same way. Despite this, Wei Tian pleaded for another chance. But she firmly refused, knowing deep down they were incompatible. Even if they reconciled, it wouldn't change anything. With that, she let go of Wei Tian's hand, ending their relationship. Yi Cheng's company was in the process of going public, a significant milestone worth celebrating. He represented the company on stage, ready to ring the bell to mark its official stock market debut. Watching Yi Cheng's rise to success, Lin Shi felt proud and happy for him. He gave a speech, thanking everyone and even singled out Lin Shi for special thanks. She was surprised when Yi Cheng publicly acknowledged her, and she had no choice but to step forward. Later, Yi Cheng led her to a meeting room. He proposed using a high-tech presentation. Before accepting, Lin Shi laid out several conditions, worried that her temper might hurt Yi Cheng in the future. But he didn't care about any of that. Eventually, Lin Shi said yes. At that moment, Yi Cheng announced to everyone, she said yes, and her colleagues burst out from hiding, celebrating with confetti and cheers. Yi Cheng knelt and slid a ring onto Lin Zai's finger. As the couple embraced, memories of their long journey played in their minds, and their love story deeply moved everyone present. Meanwhile, Yi Cheng was busy planning their wedding, even choosing the venue for their photo shoot and arranging every detail so Lin Shi wouldn't have to worry about a thing. Observing their deep connection, Wei Tian couldn't help but feel envious. He lamented how Xia wasn't even talking to him anymore. Lin Shi reassured him that she would help, easing his concerns. Lin Shi then asked Xia to accompany her to try on wedding dresses that afternoon, to which Xia agreed, not realizing she was secretly setting up a reunion with Wei Tian. Xia was mesmerized by the beautiful gowns at the bridal shop. But Wei Tian unexpectedly arrived. She tried to leave, but Lin Shi created an excuse to slip out and leave them alone. In his effort to reconnect with Xia, he had researched a lot about Western dining etiquette. Although he forgot one crucial detail, Xia was allergic to alcohol and couldn't drink wine. When she prepared to leave, Wei Tian stopped her, and Xia opened up about many personal details, all of which he was unaware of. This made her feel that he never truly prioritized her. She mentioned how busy they both were with work, and he often chose to play basketball with his friends instead of spending time with her, which deeply hurt her feelings. After leaving the restaurant, Xia noticed a beautiful pair of crystal shoes in a shop window. Wei Tian, seeing how much she liked them, took her inside to try them on. He had even prepaid for them, hoping to use the gesture to win her back. He regretted never having given her a meaningful gift during their time together. However, Xia reminded him that they had already broken up and said that if it was a breakup gift, she'd accept it. Realizing her determination, he chose not to press further and left. The next morning, Xia arrived at work to find a bouquet of flowers on her desk. She saw Wei Tian nearby and scolded him, assuming he was the one who sent them. However, it turned out to be a misunderstanding. After work, Tong Xin found a jump rope in the office, which reminded her of the time she had spent with Cheng Yao. It was clear that his presence still lingered in her heart. Just then, Cheng Yao arrived and took her back to his grandmother's house, where she was asked to help send some mail. Tang Xin discovered that Cheng Yao's grandmother was close friends with a famous essayist who had written about love, a book Tang Xin had read before. The grandmother shared her own story to inspire Tang Xin, urging her to cherish what she had and not regret her decisions. This conversation led Tang Xin to invite Cheng Yao on a date the following day, and he enthusiastically accepted. Cheng Yao prepared for their date, dressing in a suit. However, when Tang Xin arrived, she was dressed casually. They both tried to match each other's usual styles, which made them laugh, and they went on to play games together. Enjoying the day, they began to let down their emotional guards, opening up about their insecurities and working on deepening their bond. After a period of separation to understand each other better, the couple Xia Xia and Wei Tian officially got married. In support of Lin Zai's UN opportunity, Yi Cheng accompanied her to the UK. She later sent Xia Xia a video message with wedding congratulations while enjoying her romantic life in the UK with Yi Cheng.